How to build self-discipline that lasts. That's the topic of today's video. This is something that I struggled through for a very long time personally, and then now I help people to kind of put systems in place and create self-discipline that lasts. So I want to give you that system today on this video. So if you're new to this channel, this is a channel where we talk about self-improvement, entrepreneurship, psychology, and many other topics. Okay, so let's get started. If you believe that discipline is something that you can grind through, and you grind through, like pain and suffering, and you'll get to the other side, the answer is no. And self-discipline is not a force that you apply. So I want to demystify that on this video, and I also, as I said, I want to give you a system. Many people believe that self-discipline is motivation. So I can rely on motivation. Every time I lose my discipline, I'll listen to an audio, I watch a video, I'll get it back, and then I'll get back. Well, I wish momentum could be created that way. Some people also believe, some people do get over with the motivation part, but then they get traction, but then they set goals but they don't create an environment. So you have goals, you have intention, you have motivation, you set goals, but you don't have an environment, so it's not going to work. Some also believe that self-discipline is a character trait. It's not a skill. The truth is, it's a skill. It's something that you learn, you practice. It doesn't come in the character. Well, some people have it. I mean, of course, there are a lot of things that defy logic in life, and some people are gifted. That's a whole different discussion altogether. But self-discipline is a skill that can be learned. So it all comes down to a system. That's the point. So what I want to do, here's the point I'm trying to drive, that self-discipline is a byproduct of consistent action. And, whether it's a major action or a minor action or a micro action, totally, irrelevant to the conversation. As long as there is an action, then the chances are you are building something, okay? And as provided it's the right action also. Okay, so I want to share with you a 4-pillar system on how to start putting self-discipline into practice, so that you acquire the skill, you create a mindset, you create an approach, a framework through which you start, learning how to put self-discipline into play. So 4 pillars. The first, the foremost pillar is micro commitments. So you commit to do something that is very small for a small amount of time. For example, in my hypnotherapy practice, I tell people, I say, listen, people approach me saying, I want to lose weight. And my answer is, okay, why don't you go to the gym and only get on the treadmill for 60 seconds? Just 60 seconds. Just make that micro commitment. So you wake up early in the morning, you go to the gym, you drive maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then the goal is to only get on the treadmill for 60 seconds only. And you get out and then come home, drive back home. And soon the subject realizes that driving, like waking up early in the morning, driving, 30 minutes back and forth, and then for only 60 seconds of treadmill, not going to work. So they have to do something more. Now they're there, now on the treadmill. So that creates a pattern, a momentum, and they start taking themselves seriously. Okay. So a micro commitment would be like 3 minutes of writing, 5 minutes of walking, something like that. Commit to something. Just it's a small little micro commitment, and then you start from there and build momentum. Second pillar is what we call identity-based discipline. Now, what this means is, I want you to imagine that one individual who you think has the best self-discipline, or someone who you want to become. Let's say you're a fan of someone, you want to become like them. So I want you to imagine them, and I want you to think for a second, what is that they would do? Would they uh, have those chips, or would they, eat that pizza? The answer is no. Then if they are not doing it and you are trying to become them, then why do you want to do it? It's an incredible, when you act like somebody whom you want to become, then you will not do things that they otherwise would not be doing. Very simple. It's amazing way to do a pattern interrupt and then, create, kind of take over your cravings. So the third pillar is environmental engineering. So you, lack of better word. So you engineer the environment in which you are in. So, you can set goals. As I said, you can set goals. People do set goals, but they don't have control of the environment. So what it means is you got to remove friction. Anything that's stopping you from you getting anywhere that you want to get to, or you want to accomplish your goals, you want to remove that friction. And what you do is you start hiding distractions. You make a deliberate attempt to hide distractions. You prep yourself through the process. For example, let's say tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, you're going for a hike. Tonight at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, you got to sleep. Let's say I'm going to sleep 8 hours. And you got to have, and what if you don't wake up? You got to have your shoes. Okay, this is what we call building triggers. You have to have your shoes next to your bed. You have to have your whatever gym clothes in the gym bag in the car, so you're not packing in the morning and like, oh, I just woke up now, I need to put everything in, I have to gather myself and then I have to go. I want to sleep. No, I don't want to deal with this. Right? So you got to prep enough ahead in time, and then you need to build the triggers, and then you need to remove friction. Okay, and you hide distractions, whatever. Keep the phone away, right? So that's the third pillar. And the fourth pillar is accountability. So whether you have somebody whom you're accountable to, not to yourself, somebody else, maybe an app, maybe a check-in that you check in, somebody is monitoring from somewhere, but there has to be some level of accountability. So you really, literally have to kind of say, somebody is watching over me, so I need to get this done. Okay. So those are the four pillars. And when all these four pillars are working, now you have a system. You do it over some time, maybe a month or two, and now you have predictability. That means you have now data, enough data. And when you do that, the bottom line is this: consistency is always greater than intensity. It's not about 30 minutes of running or 1 hour of running and 5 miles an hour running. None of that stuff. Consistency is greater than intensity. And you take micro steps so that you create patterns, and your habits will start changing, and then you'll start gaining momentum, and then next thing you know, that your goals are now automatically, you're accomplishing your goals. That's how this works. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, do me a favor, drop me a comment here. If you like this video, then I can reach some more people. And if you subscribe to this channel, then I'm there literally every day in front of you. Practically, I'm here. I'm recording one video a day. So that's my velocity, that's my pace, that's my cadence. And only subscribe if you find value. If not, don't do it, because there's so much information, there's so much of knowledge, so much of wisdom available here on YouTube, that your attention, your time is precious. And I want you to go to sources and places where you get value, not get stuck with incorrect channels and incorrect videos. Okay, that's all for now. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll be with you as early as tomorrow.